Coming up on today's Code Bet Daily, we are looking at a huge NBA weekend as well as an absolute mess of AFL gear. We're talking player props, game picks, and best bet stats guy. What are you thinking?
An NRL underdog might get up and some more clay court tennis.
Is it on the clay? Excellent.
Yes, definitely.
Alex, what about you?
A lot of goals in the EPL, the AFL, and Jim's new favourite segment,
the donation. It's going to be awesome. Code Bet Daily. Stick around for the tunes and, of course, the bets. It's really good. Welcome to Code Bet Daily. It is Friday. What is it? April 28, 2GIF. Am I right? This is episode 98 of this program. 98. And we haven't been fired yet. Unbelievable gear. I am your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website called codebet.com.au. That's what it's called because that's his name. I'm joined, as always, by the pontiffs of punting. I've got Alex Donnelly over there.
Yeah, counting down up until Wednesday at 1:30, thanks to Rex, as I gave them a nice little drive-by on the EPL show for cancelling my flight and taking it in the middle of the workday.
How about you do a drive-by and talk into your microphone? And we've got Seth over there as well. What's going on, Seth guy?
I'll try and talking to my microphone. Glad we're not fired yet. Can't believe we're almost at the 100. We can raise the bat, take off the helmet.
We will make it to 100 because we'll get through Monday's show and that'll be fine because no one pays attention to us Monday. And then we're the only ones in the office on Tuesday. So we're going to get to 100.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Code Hundy Daily. That's right. I feel like I should have a $100 bet on the $100 show just for something and just to mark the occasion. Either way, this is Code Bet Daily. It is what it says on the tin. It's codes, it's betting, it's daily. We've got daily player props, daily game picks, daily best bets. There's so much daily, you don't know what to do with it all. I'm loving it. Today we're looking at a whole range of gear too. I'm looking at the NBA playoffs tomorrow. There is two absolutely chaotic games tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Massive Saturday in the NBA. And we've also got some AFL picks in there for me. So I'm just going to lean on the games that I've covered on the site. Stats guy, what about you?
Some AFL, NRL, and a bit of the Madrid Open in the tennis as well.
That's on clay, right?
Yes, of course.
Nice. Alex, what about you? What are you looking at today?
Some AFL, some EPL, and we'll finish off with the donation.
I love the donation. All right, let's get into it. Player props. Let's fly through these ones today. Set you up for a big weekend. Player props, I'm going to stick with the footy where there's a big game tomorrow night. When I say big, I mean it's big for one team, isn't it? Carlton taking on West Coast out west. West Coast, they're like, we don't care. Like, if we get smashed, who cares, really? We haven't got any players. Carlton are like, oh, God, we need to win this one.
Sure.
One thing I forgot to mention on the AFL show, there was a half a reason, and it's in my article on the site. I had Corey Durden, 2+ goals. He was one of my best picks in that game. The one thing I forgot to mention on yesterday's AFL show, the AFL specific Code Bet Daily Weekly that we do, is that Jesse Motlop got rubbed out. He's the other little goal sneak Carlton forward line. Durds, I think this is the vibe behind the way Carlton are going to kick a winning score. They literally just need two other goal kickers that aren't named Charlie Curnow or Harry Mackay. Durds goal in every single game this season. He's gone over one only once. He's only kicked two once, but this is the game where he does it again, I think. Just that back half of the Eagles, we know it's holier than a sieve. Like, let's just be honest.
The whole team is,
giving up the most points per game, basically, at this point of the season. And I'm pretty sure that's what they're up to. I think it was that was what I hit on. But either way, look, the defense just isn't there. They're getting pretty routinely smashed. I don't trust Carlton to smash them. This is the thing. Carlton, their horribly anemic offense is just, it's not good. Yeah, they're 18th in points against. So Carlton can't really put up too much of a score, I feel. Like they're 15th themselves in points per game at 75, which is atrocious. You got two common winners. They need someone like Durden to step up. I think he does. It's going to be the other likes of like Jack Silvani, really the midfielders as well. They needed his scoreboard. There was an amazing stat flowing around like throughout this season between Sam Walsh, Paddy Cripps, Chera, Matt Kennedy and co. They've got like 5 goals between them.
Yeah, that's opposite to you guys last year, actually.
Like, it's horrible. So anyway, Durds to go for 2+. And Oscar Allen, he hasn't kicked less than 2 in a game.
He's a gun, yeah.
I love him. He is absolutely fantastic, Oscar Allen. He's only $1.67 for 2+. So I'm going to go with Durds for the 285, which is really good. I think that was with Ladbrokes last time I checked. The player props I've got for the NBA as well tomorrow, very tasty. Kings Warriors. We've brought this up before. Klay came pretty close. He's threatened a couple of times. This game 6 is in Golden State. Golden State got the crucial game 5 in Sacramento. You might remember, cast your minds back, either on NBA Australia or on this show, I did predict the Warriors might lose those first 2 games and then rip off 4 straight. We're on the brink of that.
Yeah.
I think they do still. And Clay's the guy I'm looking at. He's at home. The 5+3s is $1.90 just as a standalone. I don't mind that because he can just get 18 points and you've already hit 5 threes, right? I mean, he could have 6 and get 18. He might not do anything else, but he has actually been getting to the bucket here and there too. But the 5+3s, I love that. 30+ points, $3.40. I actually like that a bit too because he's threatening to hit that 30-point mark. But if you expect him to go big, 6+3s, 40+ points. We had this, I think, last week. Stats guy, $26 with Ladbrokes.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely love it because if he's going to get 40+, he's hitting 6 threes. There's no other way around it. So,
exactly.
And he is the guy who can get hotter than the sun in the blink of an eye, to mix my metaphors. Grizzlies Lakers, that other game. Anthony Davis, the 40+ pick, points, rebounds, assists. He had a shocker. Absolute shocker.
It was horrible, yeah.
LeBron's actually, no, he was a shocker in game 4. He was good in game 5. LeBron sucked in game 5. They're home for game 6. I think AD steps back up and has a big one. He's $1.86 to go over that 40.5 points, rebounds, assists.
Ooh.
Into it a little bit more, I feel like there's a pretty big chance that he goes for, if you want to just multi up his 30+ points and 12+ rebounds, you'd probably get over that anyway. So I'd probably go with that one. But the 40.5 points, rebounds, assists right there. And LeBron for a triple-double in a closeout game. Why not? 13, 25. Those are both with Bet365. LeBron, the triple-double is right there. It's just it's low-hanging fruit at this point. He had, 20 rebounds in a game the other day. He had a shocking shooting game in game 5. I think he bounces back. I would not be surprised with that triple-double. I will be backing that personally.
Lovely.
Stats guy, what are you thinking?
Yeah, looking at the AFL at North Melbourne taking on Melbourne, I was almost not going to come on the show after the news I just heard about half an hour ago with LDU as a laid out. So we're already going to lose by at least 40 to 50 points.
Plus.
So I genuinely was
just so sure. God,
I've had a really bad morning. I feel my North mate texted me that, and I was like, oh, surely not. Thought it was fake, but yeah, he's out. A game which doesn't help us, but it does help a little bit of a bet for another North player to go big, and I think Jai Simpkin is the player to do that. He's our co-captain this year. He's had a pretty good start to the year. He got injured against the Lions, so only got 12 touches in that game because he got injured, went off. But before that, he was averaging 27 touches. He gets around that 25 to 30 mark every game. I've written the wrong bet here, but I think he can go 30 plus in this one rather than his usual 25 just because LDU's out. He's got quick hands. He's got a clearance player, but LDU's usually our main clearance player. You take him out, Simpkin's going to have to step up and get more than that average of 27 touches, which he has over the last couple of years. So I reckon he can get at least 3 more touches than his average because our main ball winner is out up to that 30. So 30 plus is $2.50 with Ladbrokes. And I think we're going to get absolutely smashed. I'm very worried that LDU's out, but you look at our midfield at that LDU, Simpkin will have to step up. So 30 plus.
That's a good one. I really like trying to find that that angle of like the guy that's out who's in the absolute, trenches game in, game out.
Yeah.
Racked with all the disposals. Who's the next man up? And it is. So that's
Simpkin, he's had a good season himself, just, not as good as LDU. So hopefully he steps up.
I said plus 62.5 at like $3 yesterday. That's now like $2.40. So the minus 73.5 is $4 now for the D.
Oh, I'm so worried. I'll have to have some more drinks in the long
points without LDU seems about right.
Oh, I'm very worried.
That is rough. Nice one. What about you, Alex? What are you looking at?
I'm at the other end of the spectrum. I'm coming in positive about my Sydney Swans tomorrow with the announcement. The team's obviously got announced at about 7 o'clock last night, which is about 3-4 hours after we got done filming. And it was said that Buddy Franklin was probably not going to play. And then John Longmire's like, nah, boys, she'll be right. Buddy's playing. So I'm like, hell yeah, the Buddy's back, as is Tom McCartan playing game 100. But Swans would be super confident naming him. Obviously, he's good to go given the Swans have to play Collingwood next week. So if you're like, I'm not sure, you'd wait a week and have him right for Collingwood. So I'm backing in that the medical team and Buddy himself is like, yeah, I'm sweet to go. No Sam Taylor for GWS is why I'm leaning into what Bud's going to do here. So they really have no matchup for him. It's like, maybe Harry Himmelberg, but then it's like Logan McDonald, Isaac Heaney. So where do you go? Bud's got 53 goals in 18 games against GWS, and he's kicked 258 and 78 at the SCG. So I'm looking at him to kick 3+ at $3.20, or even 4+ at $7.25. He's had a couple of moments this year. He's like, yeah, I'm still pretty good. I'm going to show you how good I am. And then sort of it fizzles a bit. Against Melbourne, he and Steve May had a really ripping clash that day. I know the Swans got pumped, but he probably could have had 5 goals if balls bounced a few different ways when he was having some of the shots. So he was in some decent nick before taking that knock to the knee, but against the GWS team with a pretty average defence, he could line up here because Chucky Cameron kicked 7 last week. Joe got off the chain. Yeah. So big chance for Bud to hit the scoreboard.
It does feel like the wheels are. Look, I'm fascinated by this Greater Western Sydney game because this could be wheels off time basically for the GWS. Right?
Yeah. I think it already is. Yeah.
Really bad, really quick. So I like that. It's a good one. Right. The Battle of the Bridge. I mean, why won't we?
That'll have something, yeah.
And please check out the full preview on cobet.com.au. I have optioned 2 names that we should call it.
Nice
one. All right, match and game picks. Let's do it. For the weekend, I've got Kings, Warriors, Grizzlies, Lakers. I'll just give you the over-unders for these ones. Kings, Warriors, I'm going under for both, actually. 235 is the under in Kings, Warriors. You might go, but Jim, you see, these are the 2 best scoring teams of the year. Why would you go under? And I go, what? Why do you have such a weird voice? And B, just listen to why. Game 3 was 114-97. I feel like this is a very similar game, right? Like we know that one team can actually step up on defense. It's the Warriors. If they stymie the Kings even a little bit, this hits the under. Because the Kings, look, the Souvlaki King, Domantas Sabonis has been taken out of this series pretty well. Had a good game 5, but they still got ran over, right? Fox just can't shoot at the moment. He's got a broken finger on his hand.
Yeah, that makes it hard.
And what's going on with the hands in Sacramento?
Don't know.
Delly's got a busted hand. Our beloved King Delly of Maryborough. Smasher of tins. And here we go. Now Fox has got like an avulsion fracture in his left thumb.
Oh, good.
So he struggled shooting it. They're running a little bit more through Sabonis. Barnes went MIA. Keegan Murray's a rookie. It's just the sort of thing where you go, yeah, we're still really young. This is our blooding. It checks out. We went up against the old dogs. We gave them a punch in the nose to start off with, and then they gave us the clamps. You want me to use these clamps?
The clamps are back.
Use every freaking day of my freaking life. You're a freaking idiot, you freaking moron. So the Warriors, we've seen Gary Payton II, the mitten, not the glove, the mitten. He's stepped up pretty well as well. I think the Warriors defense can really just sort of choke out this Kings offense. The 235 just feels a bit high for me. I think it's about 115 to about 108 in favor. We'll probably actually maybe even drop that Kings down a little bit. I just don't see where the scoring is coming from with Sabonis and Fox sort of a little bit stymied. So 235, off we go. And the under in Grizzlies Lakers, that's I think 3 of the last 4 have hit the under of this mark, which is 218 and 0.5. It's in LA. It's an elimination game again. I expect the Lakers actually to win this one. I'll get to that in a second. The Grizzlies probably got the best version of their team last game when they had Ja Morant and Desmond Bain. Absolutely go ham. It was awesome. Like Triple J was really, really good. They're just too thin. And I think I'll get to this in a second. The offense just doesn't quite click. They haven't quite figured it out. The simple fact is they should be playing the Duckman. Luke Kennard,
the Duckman, yeah.
But they're not. And it's frustrating the absolute bejesus out of your mate Jim over here. So 3 of the last 4 have hit the under in this 218.5. The Lakers defense is really good. They're pretty good at home. The Grizzlies suck on the road. I'm going to go the under 218.5. So there you go. A couple of nice game picks for you tomorrow.
Very nice.
If you go an AFL one, go the over in Carlton, West Coast, because Carlton's defense stinks and West Coast doesn't.
And the could also kick goals.
Yep. True.
Right, stats guy.
Going to the NRL, New Zealand Warriors, who I've sort of talked up and be my sort of first or second team in the NRL lately, taking on the Sydney Roosters back at Mount Smart Stadium in New Zealand. The Warriors and Roosters actually did play earlier in the season where the Roosters won by 8 points. So it was a pretty close game, but now heading to Mount Smart Stadium in New Zealand makes it a bit tougher for the Roosters. Both teams are also off a quick turnaround with some Anzac week games, so they're quicker turnaround than usual.
They both played on Tuesdays. What's that?
Both played on Tuesday. That's what I forgot if it was Monday or Tuesday. I didn't want to say, but both on Tuesday. There you go. So they both played on Tuesday. It makes it a bit tougher for the Roosters to travel. So I think I don't mind the Warriors in this one. The Warriors are actually the best team in the league at covering the line at 6-1. 6-1 this season at covering the line. Edward Kosi, who I talked about yesterday, is in great form. You got Tohu Harris, who's really good on defense. I really don't mind the Warriors to cover this line of 6.5, which is $1.95. And then even the Warriors to win. The last 3 times the Warriors and Roosters have met in New Zealand, Warriors have won 2 of the 3. So even just Warriors head-to-head at $2.90, I don't mind, but just a bit more conservative, the Warriors plus 6.5, just because the Roosters' full lineup is a lot, way more depth. But they haven't looked at their best. So even Warriors is plus 6.5, $1.95 is probably my best bet for that one.
There you go. The Patriots just traded back in the NFL draft. What a surprise.
Oh, there you go.
14-17. Great. Oh, we got a 4th rounder. Rad. We stink. What are we doing?
What's the fun of that? Yeah.
Anyway.
Good stuff, Bill.
Look, you actually throwing a bit of the Warriors head-to-head out there. I don't mind that. The Roosters just have that little bit of extra class.
They have. That's why I don't mind the line. I just don't think the Roosters have hit their groove yet. As
Phil and I dug deep into that game on yesterday's NRL show. We were like, yeah, the Roosters against the Dragons, they stank. But they
only won by 1 point. Yeah.
But as we said in the previous show, in the week before show, we were like, if it was any day but Anzac Day, the Roosters will win this by 20. But given it's Anzac Day, big occasion, like same with Collingwood and Essendon, every year it's sort of a contest. So the Roosters still found a way to win, and it's not going to shock anyone if the Roosters just go over there and absolutely smash them. But then again, the Warriors have been playing really well. They are the adopted team of the CodeBet NRL show currently.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely. I do like it. The 6.5 just does yell like it does feel like a 24-20 game or something.
Yeah, really close. 7.5. Get the 7.5.
Yes.
Cool. Alex, what is your game pick?
Yes, I'm looking at a game in the EPL that Stats Guy and I didn't dig too deep into. That EPL show should be out later today. Of course, that kicks off on Saturday night. But I'm looking at Newcastle and Southampton. Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 4 against Southampton, and there has been 3 or more goals in those. And they've only lost 1 of their last 11 to Southampton. And as we said this morning, we gave a bit of a rundown on who we think is going to be relegated. Southampton are going to be relegated.
Yeah, they're last, yeah.
Between shows, I've gone back and I had a look at the game this morning that Southampton played in. They just looked defeated, the poor buggers. They threw everything at Arsenal and nearly lost that game. They lost again this morning. It's just, I think the wheels came off. This week was their week to sort of try and get a little bit of momentum. They haven't found it. Newcastle have a huge chance to run 3rd. This would be massive for them with all the money that the Saudis have poured in since they bought the club. They haven't spent stupid money. It's been a smart money in the way of building the club ever since Eddie Howe's come on board. They can absolutely obliterate Southampton here. I'm looking at the minus 2.5 handicap at $3.45 is a really good bet. They put 6 past Tottenham. They put 5 past Tottenham in 20 minutes. They can very easily put another 6 or 7 past a team like Southampton. But they do need to go in with the same mindset they had against Tottenham. But Newcastle should be way too good. They are dead set flying, and they're always hard to beat at home.
Nice one.
Absolutely.
I don't mind that at all. Good call. Very good call. Right. Well, with that in mind, let's get into some best bets for the weekend.
Sure.
Best bets. Best bets.
We've got it.
Because it's best bets. Best bets for me. Easy.
Please clip that up and keep that for when it's our best bets intro from now on.
I mean, I am the songbird of my generation. So.
Something like that.
Kings Warriors, let's go. 6. It's going to be a tough one. I think this Kings team probably don't quite have it to get over the hump there. The line's 7.5. If you get it 6.5, I'd be jumping all over that as well. The Warriors were 33-8 at home this season, don't forget. They stunk on the road. We all understand that, but they stole Game 5. The way they held off the Kings in Game 5 was really just like, aha, that's right. The Warriors have won 4 championships.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Very, very good. And Draymond hitting a jump shot. Draymond in that game had his highest scoring game since 2017.
I thought so. That's crazy.
That's going, I almost fell out of our chairs when he hit a mid-range jump shot. They were also 28-14-1 against the spread. That is, I'm no mathematician, but if you're double the wins to your losses, that's pretty good, bro.
That's very good.
So I'll be taking the Warriors at the line. I think they just have the know-how. As I said, I expect Klay at home just to drop a massive game. Classic Klay closeout. We saw it in, I want to say, 2016. when they came back and beat OKC from 3-1 down. He just went.
He went off, yeah.
You need me to step up? All right, bang. Off he went, nailed it. It was awesome. I expect a big Klay game. I think the Warriors covered that line pretty handily. It still goes under. I just think they choked the life out of this Kings, who don't really – look, Malik Monk is handy, but he's really inconsistent. And if he's your main backup option, Davion Mitchell isn't quite there yet. Give him another year and he might be.
Yep.
Just can't rely on Davion Mitchell right now. Keegan Murray, same thing. He's a rookie. They're just that hint too young to really pull off that fight back. It would be awesome if they did, but I'm going to use my head, not my heart. I'm not even wearing my Kings hat today. It's just shocking. Anyway, I do have a Deli's in the background though. But
he's there, yeah.
Give me the Warriors, -7.5. And Grizzlies-Lakers. This was the tougher one, I thought. I don't know how you feel about this game, Stats Guy, but it's just my brain is telling me like there's two very sort of big standout things here, right? Look, LeBron looked absolutely cooked because he's old Methuselah at this point. And in game 5 was just horrible, right? Couldn't hit a shot. Still impacted the game in some winning ways, but they got belted. So, like, just one of those, cool. Anthony Davis, LeBron, it's been a bit of a battle of a series. They're playing a lot of games in a short amount of time. He looked cooked in game 5. What's he going to look like in game 6?
True.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Memphis beat them.
Yeah, I don't mind Memphis in this one as well. They're just, they're a lot fitter, younger. Yeah.
But the Lakers are so big and so good. I just can't get past it. I just think Jaren Jackson Jr., if he gets in any hint of foul trouble, this game is over and the Lakers run over the top of them. So at home, the Lakers are only 22-20-2 against the line, but the Grizzlies were like one of the very worst teams on the road against the line in the NBA. So I'll take the Lakers at the line, which I believe at the moment sits, just to update it, it's still 4.5, which I like. I don't want to try to thread the needle again of like going, the Grizzlies keep it close and I'll take them plus 4.5, but they just lose. I think the Lakers eke this one out and win it pretty handily. If Jar's shot's not falling, they just don't have too many backup options either. This is the thing. It's the story of two thin teams, the Kings and the Grizzlies, who just come up against the teams that are slightly better and have a little bit more experience. If you want to go a bit of the AFL game picks of the weekend, how about, I believe, a $6.96 multi for the Port Adelaide Power to cover against the Saints tonight, plus 12.5. Like Carlton to cover the 30.5 line. That's blown out a little bit from, I think it might have been only 27 yesterday. And then Essendon, plus 16.5 against the Cats.
That'd been good, yeah.
I think the Cats eventually win that one, but we see almost the exact same sort of game we saw from the Bombers last week where the Pies got them in the end. I think the same sort of thing happens against the Cats. I didn't throw Jeremy Cameron or anybody in those in my picks, but I had them in the AFL show, so I didn't want to double up. But there you go. That's what did I say? $6.97,
I think.
It's basically the $7 vibe. So
yeah.
But anyway, there you go. Check it out.
Perfect.
Off you go. Stats Guy, what are you liking?
Bit different to the Madrid Open tennis on clay, of course. Thomas Echeverry taking on Francis Tiafoe. Tiafoe is my favourite player to watch in the world the last couple of years. He's moved up into 11th in the world. He's the 9th seed in this tournament. He's just really good to watch. Big foe, as he likes to call himself. He's been really good. Loves the trick shots. Insane power, great serve. He can do it all. Clay also really suits him. He's 4-1 on clay so far this season since the start of 2023. Really quick across the court, which really suits his game style. And he's beaten Echeverry in straight sets in their last meeting. So I just don't mind Tiafoe, a big foe. Love in the sets at $2.50. I think it's great value for a top 10 seeded player, which is in the first round is really good value, $2.50.
Nice one. I like that. I'm also now laughing at the New York Jets and their fans at the after say, we've got Aaron Rodgers, dude. We're going to be fine. And everyone's like, having in the draft room because they've got their pick in at 15. It's like, still the Jets.
Yeah.
Is it true that in the new office Stats Guy, you have requested a TV with a direct link to all ATP and WTA events?
Oh, I haven't, but I will get that. Yeah, I haven't put the form in yet.
Way to play along with the joke, Stats Guy. Good job.
Well, it's just so he knows which one's on clay and which one's on glass.
True.
All right, let's time for everybody's favourite.
Donation. Come on.
Do a song, you coward. Come on.
No, we'll find a song. Go to YouTube. There'll be some free music somewhere. I'm sure of it. If not, I want to.
donation to the tune of the Tea Party's Temptation.
Donation.
I was going to say, find me a wrestling theme song with just like.
Alex losing money. Donation.
That's a hit.
Yeah, but we're hoping it's not losing money because I'm throwing it out there for one of our gambling partners to put $50 up a week for charity. Anyway, 7.
You're not a charity, I don't think.
I absolutely am.
The Alex Donnelly charity.
Yeah,
all proceeds go to me.
Here's my ABN. Anyway, 7 legs this week. So we're going all over the joint as we always do. Some alternate lines in the AFL to start us off. Brisbane Lions minus 18.5. The Sydney Swans minus 13.5. And the Western Bulldogs minus 12.5. So between, just 2 and 3 and a bit goals there, I think they all cover that. Manly Sea Eagles, even without Turbo Tom Trbojevic, to beat the Gold Coast Titans because, well, the Gold Coast are going to go all the way from the Gold Coast to Manly. And let's be honest, no one wants to go to Manly, especially people from the Gold Coast. Head across to the EPL. Brentford will smack Nottingham Forest. We've talked about Newcastle beating Southampton. That'll get the job done. We finish it off with Rosehill, race number 9. Number 7, a succulent Chinese meal for all because Democracy Manifest is the best bet of the day at Rosehill. Those 7 legs come out to $23.38.
Ooh.
Democracy Manifest.
I love that guy. There you go. That's a good odds for all that.
I like all of them except for the horsey because I do like the AFL ones are great.
Yeah.
Brisbane minus 18.5, Sydney minus 13.5, and the Dogs minus 12.5.
Yep.
To use some happy punting parlance, tell me how that loses.
Well,
for me to be the Western Bulldogs tripping over and letting the Hawks cover late, I don't see Brisbane winning by anything less than 3 goals. And the Swans, I think the Swans win easily, given Tom McCartan back and Buddy. Just having those 2 pillars just at either end of the ground really helps.
True.
I like it. That's great. And that's the donation.
Donation.
Win it all, donation.
I like our stats guys, the backing vocals.
Yeah, I'm the backing vocal. James is the clear. He's got the guitar and everything.
Hey, I'm just rocking out. I actually have 2 guitars in this room.
Yeah. I want to see the squid with a drumstick smacking you with it again.
One of them used the baby's bottles as drumsticks yesterday on the baby. So that was pretty gnarly.
That's not good. That's not good.
Amazing vibes. All right, that's it for GoBet Daily for today and for this week. We will be back on deck on Monday before Alex jets off for the beautiful surrounds of Wagga. And I'm
just gonna see the damage that the Canberra Raiders and the Dolphins do to their joint on Saturday. They're playing the NRL game there a week early.
Should be great. Either way, get right around the show, would you? Subscribe in your podcast app and like, review, and star it. Remember, there are AFL, EPL, and NRL shows in addition to our daily show. That's right. We do at least 8 shows a week because we are gluttons for punishment. And you can also go subscribe to NBA Australia, just saying, #free ad. Like, review, star all of them. Comment, subscribe. I don't know. Do whatever you need to. Comment. Send in questions. We will happily answer anything that you got for us. Check us a follow for all the socials, right? What is it? YouTube, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok, and of course, Twitch. We're going to have the Battle Royale of Stats Guy versus Leo on AFL 23 ASA.
And they're both going to be living in Tasmania while they do it.
Oh, no, I'll live anywhere else. I'm with James Sicily on that.
So you wouldn't live anywhere else. Right, we're going to send you to Campbelltown.
Done.
Joondalup it is. All right.
Broccoli Burrumbuttock.
Cheers to Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And thanks, as always, for producing this mess. Geraldinho, he does a great job. The videos are
makes us look good.
Yeah, we'll pack it all up for him. All right, what do we say here, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
All right, may all your picks come in. Happy bunting. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on Monday. Go Bet Daily. Out.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.